Hello, beautiful people. I'm Pastor Jason at Riverside Church, and this is your midweek encouragement. Hey, everybody, welcome back. So we're going to continue this journey with the blind man from Bethsaida being healed by Jesus. We left off last week. We talked about Jesus taking the man away from his friends outside of the town, and Jesus spit in his face in order to bring healing to him. And so to pick up the narrative from there, something interesting happened. Jesus looks at the man after he spits in his face, and he asks him this question. He says, "Do you see anything?" And the man responded, which I thought was interesting. He responded with, "Well, I see men walking around like trees." Here's what's so compelling to me. Jesus never asked the man what he saw. Jesus asked the man if he saw anything. And the man stated, "Well, I see men walking around like trees." To me, it almost sounds like could be a very negative statement in that Jesus said, "Well, do you see anything?" "Well, I see men walking around like trees," almost as if to say, "Well, I see something. It's not perfect. It's not clear, but I see something, but it's." And so I thought about that, and I've thought about over the years how in being in ministry and talking with people and counseling with people, I've learned, I should say, over the years that sometimes we're in darkness for so long, like this blind man, that we have a difficult time recognizing anything positive, or at least recognizing any type of progression. And so what we end up doing is we can't recognize progress without clarifying it with almost negativity or with a negative comment. And so this man is totally blind. He can't see at all. He's been in darkness now for years, and he starts to see something, and his response, put yourself in this man's shoes. If you were completely and totally blind in total darkness, and now all of a sudden you're seeing shapes and images and light, wouldn't that excite you? Wouldn't you, show some type of excitement over that, and not just, I see men walking around like trees. And so here's my encouragement to you. Here's my thought here to kind of help you with that. And that is this: just because whatever it is you're praying for, whatever it is you've been searching for, whatever it is you've been believing for, maybe the fruition of it isn't perfected yet, but at least there's some progress. At least there's movement. We have a saying around here that, we're moving the needle on whatever it might be. At least we're moving the needle on it. We might not be fully arrived yet. We might not be exactly where we want to be. Like, for example, with all the streaming and video stuff we're doing now, we're not exactly where we want to be. We're not perfected it, but at least we're moving the needle on it. At least there's progress. And one of the things that I've learned is sometimes you got to learn to be excited over progress. Sometimes you just got to learn to thank Him and praise Him when there's progress. Even if it's not a lot, even if it's just a little, even if it's just a little flicker of the needle, at least you have progress. And sometimes you just got to learn to shout over progress. Maybe your vision isn't perfected. Maybe this blind man doesn't see everything perfectly yet, but he's seeing better now than he was a minute ago. And so whatever situation you're dealing with right now, wherever you are right now, whatever adversity you're having in your life, maybe you've noticed there's been a little bit of progress. Maybe my body's not as in much pain as it used to be. Maybe the job site it's not as bad as it was last week, and there seems to be some improvement. My admonishment to you, my encouragement to you, I should say, is even in the smallest amounts of progress, learn to be excited and learn to give thanks and learn to praise Him just over the smallest, slightest bit of progress. And so I hope that blesses you. I hope that encourages you. I know for me, that's been something that, I've learned to do over the years. So pray that you have a good rest of the day and a nice rest of the week. Do me a favor, like, follow, share this with someone that may need to be encouraged, or someone you can think of that this will bless. Share that on their page if you don't mind. That would encourage us here at Riverside. And come back next week. I think we'll hit the finale, the conclusion, the exciting conclusion of how this story ends with this blind man from Bethsaida. God bless you, family. Looking forward to being with you next week. Take care.